Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Gungurubhyo Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamasravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinmanmudibhissedasadanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Shantaya Nidalambaya Tejase Om Yasyatma Bhudasya Guru Prasadat Aham Vimuktasmi Samsara Bandhad Sarvopadeshtu Shivanandamurtehe Mridvagriyukmam Pranatosmi Nityam Dayasindhum Denabandhum Shastrarthabodhanapatum Maskarindra Varam Naumi Sri Chidananda Sadgurum Om Praninam Dukkha Hartaro Jnanado Bhuvanamuktaye Shivananda Chidanando Ashraye Guru Sattamo Om. Now I shall be sharing with you on meditation. So we call it as guided meditation. So many of you may be meditating. So I give you certain points which will help you to understand the process of meditation and the actual meditation. So these are things, normally it is learned. It is learned by practice only. Nobody can guide you, nobody can teach you how to swim. You have to swim, they will help you. They will push you into the water. So you will learn by yourself. I will just be guiding. And sit relaxed. Don't sit tight and don't try to analyze what I say. Just hear what I say. Just hear. The meditation is a natural process. It has to be done in a natural way. It is not something doing. It is absence of doing. In the Sanskrit word for meditation is Dhyana. It comes under the Raja Yoga, the king of sciences, the yogic sciences, the king of yogic sciences. In that, it comes as it is the seventh limb. You can say the seventh step. Prior to that, there are 6 actually. So they call it as Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhayo Ashtau Angani Yoganga Anushtanati Asuchikshaye Jnanadiptihi Avivegakyatehe. So the knowledge dawns us. The knowledge dawns by the practice of yoga angas. Yoganga Anushtana, by the practice of the yoga angas. The impurities will be wiped out. Asuchikshaye jnanadiptihi, the knowledge dawns. The peace sets in, settles. So the basic first two things are yama and niyama. A life of purity, a regulated life, a disciplined life. Not indulging in wrong activities. All these things are covered there. Because when we do wrong things, it will keep on you will be worried. It will keep on disturbing you. So we should lead a reasonably good life to begin with. Then the third one is asana. Asana means posture. So to meditate, you have to sit comfortably. The Patanjali puts it as stiram sukhamasanam asanam. Stira and sukha, stiram sukhamasanam. Stira means stable. Sukha means comfortable. You should sit stable and you should be comfortable. So if you try to sit erect and then this practice, the sitting erect practice you have to do separately, not at the time of meditation. If you can sit erect like this normally, then it is okay. So whichever position is comfortable to you, in that position, you have to normally and naturally sit in that position. Sthira and sukha, where you will be stable, you will need not disturb the body for a certain period of time, for 30 minutes, 40 minutes or 1 hour, whichever time you sit for meditation. During that period, you will not feel any pain in any part of the body. So a comfortable posture. And then when you sit in a comfortable position, naturally the breath pattern will change. The breathing and activities are interlinked. The more you are relaxed, the breath pattern will be long. You will have a long breath and rhythmic also. If you are doing hectic activities, if the mind is tense, then the breath pattern will be also otherwise, breath pattern will be rhythmic and long. So when you sit for some time and when you sit comfortably and the physical activity is not there, but still there can be a mental activity. If there is a pain in the body, or if you are emotionally disturbed, or some other disturbances is there, then the mind will be active. Mind will be worrying about that. Although it is not a physical activity, it is a mental activity, and that mental activity is also a disturbance. So you cannot sit comfortably. So when you begin meditation, you should create a condition. So now you have left your home and come here for retreat. So you have taken 15 days holidays, and with that holiday you have come here. You have left all the responsibilities there and come here, and when you go back, you will resume that. Now you are not worried. Somehow you have left it there and come here. Likewise, when you sit for meditation, you should find a time, preferably the same time, so that you can, like the retreat program from 24th to 1st or 23rd to 2nd, like that you should, in the day calendar you should mark that timing for this is meditation period, no responsibilities. Leave all the luggages there, and then sit comfortably. So mental preparation, all right, after 1 hour I will attend to all those things. No more calls, no more mobile, no talk. I am not going to allow the mind to ponder over anything. Hey, take a holiday, be free. Like that, some instructions you have to give the mind, so that the mind does not entertain. When you are sitting here and thinking about all nonsense, will not be there. So you have to take a holiday. And then there's a retreat period. So there is yearly retreat is there, there's a daily retreat. So you sit comfortably and give some instructions to the mind that be free from all unwanted things now. We can do it later. I will come and do that. I will do it later, not now. So such an attitude you have to develop. So withdraw this. So mind should be emptied of unwanted things, and mind should not be allowed, or we should not allow the mind to entangle in things which we can do later. Then the second thing is, as you sit, there are two possibilities of thought disturbances. One is an external stimuli. So somebody talks there. Oh, he is talking. So we know the person who is talking. Then the mind may connect the activities of the person, begin to think about the person and other things, and it will slowly move away. So the external influence and the internal influence. So there are two types of thoughts. One that is fed from outside, and the other is generated from inside. So relatively this is quiet now. So no other external influence is there. If you sit quiet, nothing external influences your mind. But still the mind will be restless because there are internal influences. So those come and disturb us. The mind will be moving from one thought to another thought to another thought, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that it will keep on moving. That is naturally happening. So in the process of meditation, what we do is, we try to focus the mind on one thing. Or we try to focus on the mind on nothing. You can do both, whichever you like. I will not entertain any thought. Remain quiet. or I will remember only one thing, not so many things, only one thing. That one thing usually we connect it to God. Either a mantra or form, either a form or a name, a sound, a word. So normally people try to hold on to one sound. We call that as mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, or Om Namo Narayanaya, something like that. And then, God bless me, whatever it is. And that you try to remember that all the time, or focus the mind on that sound alone. And naturally the mind, after some time, will drift away. When the mind drifts away, the mind drifts in two areas. The thoughts that are coming up in our mind can be narrowed down and brought into two categories. Millions of thoughts you are entertaining. What are those thoughts? You will be thinking something, he will be thinking something else. But ultimately, our thoughts are moving on objects, one object or the other. You think about your son, your daughter, your wife, your mother, whatever it is an object. So, and the other is the mind dwells on certain period of time. And the third is the mind dwells in some space. It dwells in some space, some object, and some point of time. You are thinking about the mother, then from there it will shift to another object, to another object, to another object, to another object. And you are thinking about your home at Argentina, and then it comes to the Ganga. So it shifts from place to place. It moves in space, the mind moves in space. The mind moves from object to object. And the mind moves from time to time. You think about what happened 20 years before. Oh, I met this man 20 years before. And then you think about yesterday. After 20 years, I met him yesterday. So when you picturize that, the mind is moving from, it moves in space, it flits in space, it moves in time, and moves from one object to the other. These are the three. Time movement is less, so we can place it under two categories. It moves from object to object and from space to space. So when we try to hold on to one object, When you focus the mind on one thought, either your inner being or the inner peace or the breath that is moving, you can also watch the breath. That's also an object of observation. Watching the breath or watching some picture of Gurudev or Sri Krishna or contemplating on some name, Jesus, Namah Shivaya, whatever it is. So when you are trying to hold on to an object, you are trying to prevent the movement of the mind from space to space. So it is in one space. Om Namah Shivaya is in one space. First you try to keep the mind in one place. Don't go elsewhere. You be here. In this space itself. Om Namah Shivaya space. Deshabandaha chittasya dharana. Not allowing the mind to move from one place to another place, but confined to one object. Confined to one space is dharana, and dhyana is confined to one object. When we are confining to one object, we have to prevent the movement from one space to another space. And if it is on this object, in this space, if we try to hold on to that, it is dhyana. So this you have to keep on doing it. And you have to do it in a natural way. You should not put any effort into that, because mind is not under your control. I normally give an example like animals like dog, they live together, and the mighty fellow, he becomes the leader, and he will walk in the front. Others will follow. When we have a dog, when the dog walks in front of you, it implies that it thinks that it is the master and you are its servant. And when it follows you, the dog knows that you are the master and I am the... Now the mind is like a dog. It dictates terms to you. And you waft your tail and go behind it. You don't have tail, I think. So now what we are going to do is, hey, you are not the master, I am the master, you come behind me. So you should keep on telling that. Hari Om, my dear, you are, I am the master, so you come behind me. So that you have to make the dog understand that you are not the master. I am the master, because it is naturally it thinks I am the master. So let us now close our eyes for some time and sit quiet. And sit quiet for some time and watch your breath slowly. Let us close our eyes. Sit comfortably. Mentally scan your body, right from the toe, slowly move upwards. The toes, the feet, the calf muscles, the thighs, the trunk portion, both the hands, head. Scan the body. Mentally scan the body. Feel that the body is relaxing. Scan the body and find out whether there is any tension in any part of the body. If so, relax. Relax that portion. Sit comfortably. Feel the relaxation. Watch the breath. Feel the relaxation. Feel the peace within. In that peace, introduce your object of meditation. Focus on that object of meditation continuously. the mind flits and engages itself in some other thoughts, and it moves from one thought to another thought. But some point you will realize the mind has drifted away. At that point, again come back to the object of meditation and again keep on focusing on that object of meditation. This is perfectly okay. Come back to the object of meditation and keep focusing on that. Let us slowly open the eyes. As you meditate, there is a possibility, light please, light, as you meditate, there is a possibility that you go to sleep. Especially in the early morning hours, if you meditate, then there is possibility that you sleep also. In between you have a small nap, just for a few seconds, or few minutes, or sometimes for quite long periods. That is also natural because if you are very tired, and when the mind is relaxed, the first thing is the mind goes to sleep. From the active phase, it goes to sleep only. If you control the mind, it will not be restfully alert, but it will go to sleep. You can be at peace with yourself, you can be at rest, and you can be alert. You can be at rest and non-alert. So these are the two sides. So either you go this way or this way. There is more possibility of your slipping into sleep during meditation. Then also it is okay. Then also nothing to be worried actually. Sometimes it happens, especially when you are very tired. After long hours of work, suddenly if you sit and meditate, then the mind will go to sleep actually. The mind will sleep. And it's not a problem, it is not something bad actually. It is okay actually. That is called manolaya. Just it is. So when you realize that and get up, again continue with that meditation. There is no problem. So this you have to practice for quite some time so that you really get benefits. If you are practicing one day and not practicing for another day like that, it won't. Each sitting has got some benefit because you will be gaining some deep relaxation. When you sit quiet for some time, then you relax really. You relax well because the mind is not entertaining any thought, it's not under stress. Especially when you are sitting in a congregate meditation, when you are in groups. Naturally you have to sit for meditation and then the mind accepts that situation and then you remain quiet. If you are alone, the mind will say, tomorrow I can do. And like that it will revolt against your decision. What I said, the dog example is very correct. The mind doesn't want to be controlled. So it will try to control you. So it takes quite long time. So Patanjali says, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodha. You have to practice it for quite some time. Satu Dirgagala Nairantarya. Satkala Asevito Dridabhumihi. Satu Dirgagala, you have to practice it for quite some time. Satu Dirgagala. Nairantarya, without break, you have to practice it for quite some time. And with a positive frame of mind. With a positive frame of mind, you have to practice it. I cannot achieve it. If you think like that, it is impossible. You can't achieve it. It is something possible, I will do it. Even if you are not doing, if you think they are not doing well, still I will do it. So like that, you have to keep a positive frame of mind and daily practice it little. And even the little practice is good actually. It will help you to be at peace with yourself. And at the physiological level also, there will be a lot of benefits. Even at the physiological level, health-wise it will have some benefits. Your BP level will come down. Even with the first meditation, it will come down. If you are tense, the mind will become quiet. With thoughts, you are relaxing your mind. Normally, when we relax people and we guide them in meditation, many people go to sleep. If it is for 1 hour, that's why I stopped it for 20 minutes. If it is 1 hour, if I keep on giving instructions, don't analyze, just receive the instruction. That's a comfortable thing. So naturally, after some time, you get the sound. And lights on, I said, that's why. And people sleep. During the practice of Yoga Nidra, during the practice of Shavasana, and if you give instructions, relax the body, and then visualize, then he keeps on hearing. And then, after some time, the hearing stops. There is no drifting of the mind because the mind has come to a stable condition. So the mind will not move at all. So even then it is okay. Even then it is okay. So continue this practice. Now I have a little time, 10 minutes. Anybody has got any questions, you can ask me with reference to meditation, the practice of meditation. Yes.
Sometimes I feel very afraid trying to get to meditation. I because of which afraid, lot of fear.
Now, that fear is actually generated by the mind. Mind doesn't want to do that. There is nothing to it is secured place and you are in your room bolted. What is the reason for the? Why should be there is a fear? The fear is generated by the mind. And meditation is to become fearless. To conquer the fear we are doing this. So it is a problem generated by the mind. You have to keep on doing it. In spite of that, I will do. You should make a decision and keep on doing it. And then otherwise you should sit in congregational meditations. But you will not be able to get up and go now. In spite of the fear, you have to be here. So in the academy, we close the doors also, so that nobody can go. Maybe that fear is there in your mind already. And then when you close many people who are tense, they cannot close the eyes. When you ask them to close the eyes, they will open the eyes. In the academy, I tell them, those who guide the meditation, that you don't meditate, you see how they are meditating. And light should be on always. Little light should be there so that we see how people sit. If he sits like this, then he knows he is not meditating, he is already tense. So the way you sit, the face muscles and the body language will speak to us whether you are really relaxing or whether tense. So the teacher has got a moral duty, a responsibility to see what is going on here. And if he closes his eyes and meditates, he is irresponsible. So it is that fear you have to overcome actually. It is psychological actually. Nothing is there to be afraid of. You tell the mind, hey, nothing is there, you keep your eyes closed. And sometimes you open the eyes also and see what is, nothing is there, don't worry, okay, please. Again close the eyes. If someone says on this way there is a ghost, and we know that intellectually we know there is no ghost, but when you get down there, the fear of ghost will come. Huh? And you look for, Mataji, you also come with me. So that if the ghost comes, I will push you. So that thought comes in our mind actually. So it is only a thought. So you have to counter it, nothing to be worried. You give an auto-suggestion. Nothing to be worried, continue. Most people have this. They don't call it as fear, they call it as some other name they call it. That's why they will keep the eyes open actually. Sometimes it comes in the form of headache, sometimes some body ache. All these things, our mind is revolting against your decision. The dog doesn't want to obey you. The dog thinks that you are the dog. That is the problem actually. I am the master, this fellow is the dog. Is anything else?
Sometimes when I meditate, I realize that my body is maybe moving a bit, and I suddenly realize that maybe I will fall over.
No, it is, you are halfway to sleep. Or you sit on a comfortable chair or something, so that if you fall, you won't fall down.
I wasn't sure if I was going to fall asleep.
If you sit on a chair, I always tell them to sit on armchairs. So that, yeah, really, armchair, so that you don't fall down. It is possible that we sleep. Anybody can go into sleep. So, you don't fall down. If you sit on the ground, only it will go like this. When the body is, the center of gravity is shifted, then you will wake up also. Sit on the ground like this, you won't fall down. If you go like this, but if you go like this, it is a problem. Normally we go this way only. Unless he is a pot-bellied person. He cannot bend forward, so he will bend backward. So normally you go this way. And not this way, also the rare. Even we sometimes sit and sleep. A little goes this side means also you will get effect. So nothing to be worried. But if you are in a chair, it's possible that you fall down. So you should have an armchair. Not an easy chair, but an armchair. It looks like a little humor, but what I say is truth also. Yes?
So during my practice of meditations, I sort of got into a tune like I'm imagining sort of like a cosmic thing, the sun, the stars, and see that it is all having a function, and part of the cosmic thing, then coming down rains, and everything is interrelated and finally come down to the thing. It sort of like flows like a series of thoughts, and I imagine that's Ishwar. Is it kind of a meditation or I'm imagining?
It can be both ways. It can be you are imagining something and you are trying to, instead of meditating, you are analyzing all these things, thinking something like this. And if it goes on like this, it is okay, because in contemplation on any one subject, But if it goes from there to other thing, then instead of contemplating something, you are trying to do all these things. Then, so if this is going on every day, then it's okay. Today this and tomorrow another thing, tomorrow another thing, means it's like any other thought. So better confine to something one subject actually. Like Ekatartha Dhyanam. One thing actually. Even if you meditate on this the entire cosmos like that, I don't know. We will conceive that. Universal we cannot conceive actually. So we conceive something particularized. That on preferably we meditate on sound than form. Form is more gross. So sound is more subtle actually. So meditation on sound will be easier. You can do meditation on form also, form together also. There is freedom to move in that. It's called contemplative meditation. Confining to that only. Normally it is like a mental tapa, focusing on that. You can also watch the breath, synchronize with the breath, watch the breath. If you synchronize mantra with the breath, breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. Instead of using a rosary, with this we synchronize with that. Has anybody else? We conclude then. Thank you very much.